Hi, and welcome to another new episode of the Get Organised with Decluttr Me podcast with myself, Shalina. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world. In today's episode, we are going to be discussing how to declutter and organise all types of jewellery. Whether you have a small collection or an extensive one, I am going to provide you with the tips and tricks to help you create an organised and functional jewellery collection. Jewelry is an important part of many of our lives. It can be a sentimental item, a gift from a loved one, or a fashion statement. However, it can easily become cluttered and disorganized if not maintained properly. So let's dive into some tips for decluttering and organizing your jewelry. Firstly, take all of your jewelry out of your storage space, wherever it is, if it's in the boxes, in drawers, on the floor, wherever it is, take it out and put it onto a flat surface like your dining table or a clean rug floor area. This will give you an idea of how much you have and what pieces you want to keep. Start then by separating your jewelry into categories such as necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and rings. And as always, I always recommend watching something like Netflix or Disney Channel or one of the TV programs while you're doing this, or listen to some good music while you're organizing and categorizing. So then once you've categorized into all the sections, assess each piece of jewelry and determine whether you want to keep it, donate it, or sell it. If you haven't worn a piece in a while, or it doesn't fit your current style, or it just doesn't fit, consider donating or selling it. By getting rid of these pieces you no longer use, you can make more space for your favorite pieces and create real estate for the things that you really do love, and to create a clutter-free jewelry collection. Once you have decided which pieces you want to keep, it's time to organize them. One of the best ways to organize your jewelry is using a jewelry box or storage tray. This will help to keep your jewelry in one place and make it much easier to find the pieces you need. You can find a variety of jewelry storage options, from simple trays to more elaborate jewelry organizers that come with compartments, hooks, and drawers. Choose an option that suits your needs and fits your space. I will share some of my favorite options in the blog post accompanying this episode. But bear in mind, there are certain jewelry organizers that are a pain in the ass. So one of them is that mirror that's got you open up the mirror and there's the jewelry holders inside. Yeah, it's a pain. Like putting the necklaces in there, putting the earrings and into all these drawers. It's just painful. So don't get that. Another one is when you have these acrylic boxes and you put the necklaces inside the acrylic box, especially when they're delicate necklaces, because you can't put big necklaces in them. That's a pain as well. So you want to get organizers that are simple, easy to use, and not fiddly. So look and, touch them, play with them, fiddle with them, and see if it does work for you. But as I said, I will give you my favorite options in the accompanying blog post. So next, when organizing your jewelry, it's important to consider the type of jewelry you have. For example, necklaces should be hung to prevent tangling, bracelets can be stacked or displayed on a holder. Earrings can be organized on a tray or in a container with separate compartments. I don't like the ones where you have to slot the earrings into the sections because it's a pain and it takes then longer than 5 seconds to take them out and to put them back in. So I usually like the ones with the separate compartments. If you do have a large collection of jewelry, it can be helpful to organize by color or style. This will make it easier to find the piece you need to create a visually appealing display of what you're wearing. Additionally, you can label your storage containers to make it even easier to find your jewelry. And what I've done with people who collect jewelry, say from Hermes or Chanel or, the Cartier, I've labeled it with little labels outside to say what the pieces are so that it's easy for them to find. So with Chanel, they always have like lots of necklaces. So we'll say what color the necklace is and if it's got flowers or the dahlia, as I suppose, and or if it's got some pearls or black pieces on them. So we label everything, so it's easy for them to find in 5 seconds and logical. Now let's discuss some specific tips for organizing different types of jewelry. Necklaces. So to prevent tangling, it's best to hang your necklaces. You can use a jewelry tree or a wall-mounted hook rack to hang your necklaces. This will not only prevent tangling, but will also make it easier to see all of your necklaces at once. I had a client recently who used hooks and she put the hooks into the walls and hung her heavy jewelry there, which was a brilliant idea as well and looked really good, except when it was too cluttered. Then, of course, it looked a bit messy. So if you got a few pieces, that works really well. Next, let's talk about bracelets. Bracelets can also be stacked or displayed on a bracelet holder. You can use a section tray to keep your bracelets organized and easy to find as well. So I used section trays as I've got lots of delicate bracelets and not very big ones. But see what you have and choose the right organizer for you. Earrings are tricky and they come in different shapes and sizes. If they're tiny, they're a pain. So as I said before, keep them organized with a container with separate compartments. I prefer not to use the ones with the holes, but if you've got the ones with the slots, which you can also use for rings, you could put them in there as well. Rings can be organized on a ring holder or a section tray. Make sure to keep your rings separate from other jewelry to prevent scratches. I have a little cat holder for my rings that I use every day, which has got the tail sticking out so that you can put the rings on there. So have something that makes you love getting your jewelry and makes it easy for you to get your jewelry in less than 5 seconds. Lastly, it's important to remember that decluttering and organizing your jewelry is an ongoing process. As you acquire new pieces or your style changes, you may need to reassess your jewelry collection and make adjustments to your storage and organization system. Also remember my rule, buy one, get rid of two. That is especially relevant for fashion jewelry. It's also a good idea to have a designated spot for your jewelry, whether it's a jewelry box on your dresser or a drawer in your closet. This will make it easier for you to track your jewelry and prevent it from getting mixed up with other items. In addition to organizing your jewelry, it's important to also take steps to protect it. Keep your jewelry away from moisture and extreme temperatures to prevent damage. You can also store your jewelry in airtight containers or anti-tarnish bags to prevent tarnishing. You can get these bags on Amazon. Make sure you clean your jewelry every so often. Use a soft cloth to wipe down your jewelry and remove any dirt or oils that may have accumulated. This will help your jewelry to maintain its shine and prevent it from tarnishing. I take my special pieces, which I wear regularly, to my jeweler to get cleaned every few months. It's slightly cheeky, but I have been going to them for 20 years and they are lovely about cleaning it perfectly. So if you have a great relationship with your jeweler, check if they can provide this same service for you. In conclusion, decluttering and organizing your jewelry is an important task that can help you create an organized and functional jewelry collection. By taking the time to assess your jewelry, getting rid of items you no longer need, and organizing your jewelry in a way that works for you, you can enjoy your jewelry collection even more. Remember, maintaining your jewelry collection is an ongoing process, so be sure to regularly assess and adjust your organization system and make sure that you can find everything in less than 5 seconds. That's all for today's episode of the Get Organised with Declutter Me podcast. We hope you found these tips helpful and useful for your jewelry collection. If you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, leave a comment in the box below. And please reach out to me at DECLUTTRME on all your favorite social media channels. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll speak to you next time. Take care. Bye.